Alright, so let's start up this Q&A number 9. Number 9 already, huh? I didn't think I'd get this far. Usually when I start out new video ideas like this, I don't last very long. Like that whole WoW news thing didn't last more than 5 episodes. In my defense, that was really boring to make. So of course I stopped that. This is a lot more fun. Okay, so it's been about 3 weeks from my last one. That's been the case for like the last 2 or 3 as well. So it looks like I've been doing these every 3 weeks now, consistently. At least it's not been one a month. I've been at least trying to keep doing them. Maybe I'll be able to keep it more on point when school is finally out or when classes end. Because full-time school right now is a huge pain in the ass, and I am so looking forward to the summer, where I get like 2 months off to just do whatever I want. I'm going to make so many videos. It's going to be great. I've also been thinking about taking like the semester after the summer off too, so I might have a lot of free time to make a lot of videos, which I can probably finally make my interactive story. The one where I have this really good idea for an interactive story for Garrosh. Basically, if you ever played my interactive story with the mage who left their time, you know what I'm talking about. If not, well, go watch that video and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the story is going to be, I think I've talked about it in my other ones before. It's going to be about like a mage who switches places with Garrosh while he's in jail, but it fails and he gets stuck in the body, and then you get to choose to either go as Garrosh or the mage, and there's going to be 4 endings. 2 of them are going to be good endings for both of them, and 2 bad endings. And I have it like all planned out. I just have to like actually write it out and then make the videos, and it's going to take forever. And I can't do that now on my schedule, where I'm spending like 4 hours in the morning doing homework, and then other time I spend making videos, and then the rest of the time I spend just messing around having fun. But I have to go to class 4 days a week for like 1 hour, so that takes like 3 hours. No, it takes like 3.5 hours out of my day of just wasted time having to drive to. Is it 3 hours? No, yeah, it's like 3 hours. Around 3 hours wasted of my day having to go to class, because going to class is just absolutely not necessary. The only reason I have to go is because those classes I couldn't take online because of this whole. There's like this whole. I need a math class so I could take a statistics class so that I could do that for my psychology degree. But because I took a math class in 2011, I wasn't able to take the next math class at the school I've been going to. So I had to take classes at a different school that allowed me to take, the next math class, regardless if I had taken it. Well, because the school I go to right now, they won't let me take another math class unless I've taken a math class within the last 2 years. And since the last one I took was back in 2011, that was 4 years ago. So they wouldn't let me take it, so I had to go to this other school in order to take the next class, because I could not pass that stupid entrance exam for the class I needed to take, and I'd have to take that stupid class I took 4 years ago again, and I didn't want to do that, so I decided just to take it at this other school. This other school also let me take the statistics class I needed. That way I'd only have to take 1 more class next semester if I pass these 2 classes. So right now I'm taking like intro statistics and trig. And it's kind of a pain in the ass because the last math class I had was 4 years ago. So I like kind of forgot how to do algebra and everything. And this school sucks, the one I have to go to take these stupid classes, because they have such a small, limited amount of online classes. And online classes are great because they're a lot harder than normal classes where you have to go in. But you can do all the work at your own pace. You can just do it all at home and turn it all out. You don't have to go into class for an hour a day. Literally, I have Monday and Wednesday is trig at 1 o'clock to 2:10. So I have to leave like around 12:30, and then I get back like around. When I get back, it's like when kids are getting out of school, so the traffic's kind of bad. And then when I get back, I don't feel like doing anything, so I just mess around for like an hour. So I lose a lot of time out of my day going to class. And I don't really need to go to class because I've been taking online classes for so long. I know how to study on my own, and I don't need to go in for the teachers to teach me anything. I learned so much better on my own, but whatever. Going to class is just a huge pain in the ass, and it's just for this semester, so It's already taking more time out of my schedule, and I'm already taking a full schedule right now. Those 2 classes aren't even a big deal. It's all Japanese. Japanese is still the big one. Okay, that's enough of talking about school right now. I really didn't want to start this video off just talking about my school life. Anyways, to get back to the actual video, let's see, it's been 3 weeks. Oh, I made a playlist of all my Q&A videos because I got asked a few times, actually. It's kind of surprising. I didn't think anyone actually want to watch these videos, but it seems like all of my biggest fans do watch these videos for some reason. I don't get it. I actually saw a couple of you guys on my stream while I was doing it. Let's see, I was actually talking about on my stream how I only remember the names of a couple of fans, because there are some people who comment on like almost every single video, and then they ask questions that I actually can give answers to, because usually people just answer like, give comments like, oh, this video was great. Well, that's great. There was 15 other comments like that, and it's just not worth it for me to go and type in, oh, thanks. I mean, I really do. I'm glad that you liked the video enough to comment on it, because that's going to increase its search ratings, which is good and everything, but I get like 100 of those comments every day from my various videos, so I just don't respond to them anymore. I think anyone would do that. If they got hundreds of those comments every day for years, they would stop replying to them. I used to reply to all of them at first, but not anymore. I'm kind of dead inside to that kind of thing. I used to also reply to negative comments all the time too. I used to try to be sarcastic and reply to them in witty ways to show them how what they're doing was not really a big deal to me. But even that I stopped doing, just because I get so many of those every day too. If I was going to reply to all the negative comments, it wouldn't take that long. It would definitely take about an hour of my day every day though. And that's time I could better use, doing other stuff, like watching anime, because anime watching is serious business. Also, there's going to be a lot of really good animes this season. Right now, there's My Teen Romantic Comedy is not what you would think. Season 2 started up. I actually was going to watch that after this was, when I set this to render, because I've been waiting all day, so I'm recording this on Friday, for it to come out on Crunchyroll, because I couldn't find it anywhere else online, so I got to wait for that to come out. And because I love the first season, My Teen Romantic Comedy is just a really funny deconstruction. Basically, all they do is make fun of romantic comedies based in high school. And it's great. The main character is very likable. He's a unique character. I love it when shows have unique characters. He's a very Hachiman character. So if I was going to see other characters like him, I could explain them like Hachiman. Kind of like if you've watched Monogatari, he's kind of like that one girl, Senjo Gohara. If you haven't watched either of those shows, then you should watch them, because Monogatari is really good too. Shaft and their visuals are amazing. Speaking of Shaft, Nisekoi Season 2 is coming out as well. I've already read all the manga for it, and I catch up on it every week, because Nisekoi is hilarious, and Onodera is the best. Whatever, I could talk about Onodera for days. Anyway, what else is coming out? I can't remember. I just know about those two for sure, because those are the two I've been looking forward to. But there's other good ones too. I think there's like Unlimited Blade Works, and I can't remember I Can't Understand What My Husband's Saying. That anime too. That one's really good too. It's a 3-minute one. It's really good. Really, really ridiculously good, because it's really funny. Okay. So I've been streaming a lot more lately. I've been just streaming my raids, and then I did like a Yu-Gi-Oh stream today. I'm going to try to see if I can stream every day around the same time at night, like when I do my raid. So I'll stream all my raids, and then on the days I don't raid, I'll be doing other stuff. I don't know yet. I just kind of decided to schedule arbitrarily, so I might not stick to it. Although once school is over and I have a lot more free time, I do want to stick to some kind of schedule, so I'm just kind of testing the waters for right now. So if you want to talk to me, because usually the chat is pretty small, which is fine because I like it when I get to interact with the chat. Because the fun thing about streaming is that everyone in the chat room is there to talk to you, and it's great. It's like having a 20-way conversation with a whole bunch of people who are only interested in talking to you. It's like the biggest way to feed my ego, and I have a very, very... I don't have a big ego. I'm just narcissistic. Let's see. Next up on this list, why did I put that in here? I have Patreon video in here. I'm not gonna make that yet. I'm not gonna make that until I have like 2 or 3 more Dave and DevBot things. So I have a script written for a Patreon video I want to make, and I think the script's pretty funny. I wanted to make a funny video for it because it's gonna be on the Patreon site. And I've been reworking all that and blah blah blah. But there's this one line in there where I put like, if you like these kinds of videos, or blah blah blah. If you like the Dave and Dev videos, I can release them faster with this way, and yada yada yada. And it's because of that line that I want to have a couple of more of the Dave and Dev videos out first. And I really wanted to have the Dave and Dev video part 2 out on Wednesday, but I started learning how to use After Effects, and it makes it look way better. So that's going to be pushed back to like next week. So I was planning on putting out like I want to put out like 2 Dave and Dev videos a month, because I already have like the next 9 written out. And I think it's pretty funny. It's really easy to write. It's not that easy to write. It's fun to write, I should say. I just come up with ideas while I do stuff, and then I write them down, then I'll sit down and then write out a whole script. And I just wanted to aim for like 2-minute long videos, because they're going to be just really short stuff. Between Dave, he is going to be a Mary Sue for sure. It's going to be more about just the interactions between the crazy Tauren Black Dragon and the robot who spouts conspiracy theories. I even have like one of them where they go on this mini arc where they try to take down the World Bank. It's not that funny, but I use it to introduce a new character, so that's going to be fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I really want my editor to just make those videos for me, because it's a lot of fun to write them, and it'd be a lot easier if I just like did the script for it and wrote out a storyboard and then just sent it to him, and then he'd send it all together. Oh, I have this written down here. I'm in talks right now to try to get an editor. Like, I had someone who listened to one of my Q&A videos and heard that I wanted an editor, so he got in contact with me. So he's probably listening to this right now, so he knows who he is. So right now we're working on stuff. I sent him a little thing to see how good he was at editing, and he returned it to me, and it turns out he's better at editing than I am. So really excited to be working with him. I think he'll be able to pop out those Dave and Dev videos, no problem. We just gotta work that out first, because he's kind of busy too. And then there's the whole thing about how I'm super broke right now, so can't really pay him until the summer. So I'd like to be able to pay him, because I want to be able to use his services to put out more videos, because I have a huge list of video ideas, but I just don't have the time to actually put them all together. Because when you edit a video, I've tried to like set it out where I do a little bit every day, and then that way I could just do it that way, instead of just sitting down and just, because once I sit down to edit, I don't stop until it's done, or until it's as done as possible, because you really just want to get it all done at once. Because like whenever I do homework, I do like a little bit every day, even though I do like a couple hours worth. It's still only a little bit, because I have a lot of classes, so. But anyways, with editing, it's not really something you can do like a little bit every day, because when you sit down to do it, you have to remember where you were last time, why you did certain things at certain places, and why you didn't do something at this other place. It's like, oh, you totally could have put text here to really emphasize this point, or you could have added a picture right here instead of letting it sit there for like 6 seconds without interruption, or you could have done a pan right here. This is just a still image. Stuff like that. It's nice just to do it all at once. And once you spend a whole day editing, you don't want to do anything else the next day. Like, I spent like all day Saturday working, Saturday and Sunday, I think. I think it was just Sunday, working on the top 10 broken things in WoW video. Oh, funny thing about that, someone actually like put a comment on that, like, hey, you totally stole everything in here from this Reddit thread, and he linked it. And I was like, oh yeah, hey, that's the Reddit thread I made to get information for this video. And I was like, just check out the username of the person who posted that, and I thought that was pretty funny. Someone found the Reddit thread I posted to get the information for that video. Because getting info for videos like that is really hard to do on your own. When you just like, because I did that. I looked all over the internet for like broken things in WoW that weren't like bugs that other people had already done on their top 10 videos. Because I make sure to watch other people's top 10 videos. Like, I think the people who had them were Danger Dolan and Nixium. So I watched them to make sure I wouldn't copy any of theirs. New ideas. So I put out a thread because I couldn't find anything. I mean, I found some stuff, but not a lot. And with the thread, I found so many things. It was nice. I'm going to be making Reddit threads for a lot of my videos from now on. That was great. I actually got enough material for another video that I'm going to be putting out in a few weeks. It's going to be like top 10 chance on hit items. Or chance on hit abilities like mace stun rogues and warriors, or there was this one weapon that turned you invulnerable for 10 seconds, which people would use on flag carriers to make them drop the flag. That's going to be a fun video. I got a lot of information from that thread. Anyways, shoot, I went off on a tangent. What was I talking about again? Let's see, I have the Patreon video, streaming a video, an editor. Oh, I was talking about my editor, right? Yeah, the Dave and Dev videos. I have the next 9 scripts written out for that. That's going to be funny. I really need, because there's in 2 of those videos, I'm going to have them talking to Wrathion because they're his boss. And I don't know how to do a Wrathion voice. So I was thinking about just writing Wrathion out of it and putting in like a guy who reports directly to Wrathion, just so I don't have to worry about doing a Wrathion voice, because Wrathion has a really silky, smooth voice that just sounds great, and I don't think I can replicate that in any way. So I might just have to change it like that. That way I can just do a voice and then change it a little bit. Maybe like make him a Death Knight. I can do a Death Knight voice. That's not a big deal. I just have to like add an echo to it and then reverb it and then reverse it. Stuff like that. No big deal. I think I might just do that. Anyways, shit, what was I talking about? The editor. Right. Yeah, he's a good editor. He's actually working on intro for Dave and Dev right now. Can't wait to see that. Probably, I did want to have it done by Wednesday because I wanted to have that Dave and Dev video out by Wednesday, but that didn't happen. So I was actually going to try to have it out by this weekend, but that's not going to happen. It's probably not going to come out until next week. This Q&A video is going to be the video for the weekend, since I had the Khadgar video on Wednesday for April Fools, because I wanted to have Dave and Dev out for April Fools, because that's going to be a funny, all of the episodes are going to be funny. It's a comedy series first, and it's just going to have a serious storyline in the background just for fun. Like, the 2 main characters are going to be huge Mary Sues, where they're overpowered, nothing can really hurt them. But there's going to be this huge, serious backstory to it, and they're just not going to give 2 shits about it, and just keep pretending to play like space aliens or something. Like, in one of them, I have them go to the moon, and then Dave was like, I'm going to pretend to be Matthew McConaughey. Love is the only thing that transcends beyond space and time. And they're going to kill Anaru up there, and all light magic will disappear, and they don't have continuity, or priests and paladins are useless for the rest of the series because they killed a loon. That's going to be fun to make. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to get background footage for that. Maybe I'll have to create it in my SketchUp thing. I use the SketchUp program where you can like make 3D models. Might have to do that, or I can just draw out that entire episode in Flash. Might have to do that too. Whatever, I'll think about when it comes to it. That's not until episode 7 though. So that's not going to be for a long time. Let's see. Going down, oh yeah, I was going to talk about the Khadgar video. The one that came out on Wednesday. That video was... Okay, so I had the idea for the Khadgar video like a month ago, and I actually writ out a rough draft of a script for it. Or, yeah, I just had a rough draft of it. And when I wanted to, like, because I was going to totally make it like a fake conspiracy video like I did for the who's going to be the end boss of Warlords and the mysterious case of the dropping pants, because I already did 2 other videos in the same kind of style. So the Khadgar video is going to be just like that. So I wanted to have the ending to be as ridiculous as possible. So I typed in Shapeshifter and Raven, and Mystique popped up. And I was like, okay, that's too perfect. This is going to be it. So I just wrote the entire script based off that. Because there is a speculation going out right now about how Khadgar might be a little shady. So I just used that to have some fun with the video. And the thing is, I was planning on having Dave and DevBot out by Wednesday. And by the end of Monday, I was like, yeah, there's no way this is going to happen. So on Tuesday, I spent all day finishing up the rough draft of the script, turn it into a final script, and putting the entire video together. So I did all that in one day. And then it was out on Wednesday. And then, yeah, I just spent all day Tuesday doing that. I went from rough draft to finished video all in a day. And that was pretty hard because I spent all day Sunday editing I spent all day Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember, doing the top 10 broken things in WoW. And then I spent all day Monday trying to learn how to use After Effects and editing Dave and DevBot. And I decided not do that and just wait until like next week. And then I spent all day Tuesday editing, so I spent like 3 days in a row just pulling full day long edits. And that was enough for me. I didn't edit for like 2 days after that. I can't just not edit. I have videos to make every day. I have my pet battle video to make every day, and then my Yu-Gi-Oh video. So yeah, there's that. Oh, my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, actually, it hit over 100,000 views for a month for the first time ever. Usually that channel gets like 60 to 80,000 views on average, which is not half bad. I mean, my WoW channel gets 500,000 views every month, around that. Sometimes, yeah, it's usually a little bit more than 500,000 views. So that's like 500,000. So my Yu-Gi-Oh channel hitting 100,000 for the first time, that was a big milestone. Not half bad, Yu-Gi-Oh channel. You might be able to catch up. We're already a fifth as popular as my WoW channel, which is not half bad at all. One day I'll be able to brag about having 2 successful YouTube channels. Maybe 3 if my Pet Battle channel picks up. So, we've got that. Okay, let's go down this list again. Streaming a video being made. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was going to stream me actually like making a video from script, me actually recording it, and then editing it together. And then I thought, Twitch doesn't actually like it when you stream non-Twitch stuff. So I kind of backed out of that idea. When I wrote down the show notes for this Q&A video last week, I was totally thinking about doing that, but kind of backed down from that video already. It seems like a good idea, showing everything that goes behind making a video, but I don't think it would really work as a live stream. I was thinking about just recording myself, like the screen and everything I do, and then just editing that together, making a video out of that instead. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see, PvP. I've also been doing some PvP stuff, and I have an idea for a neat PvP video. Basically, the idea for the video is... So if you've ever subscribed to Skill Capped, it's this website where you have to pay $5 a month in order to watch their videos. And their videos are about PvP related stuff. But the thing is, their videos are really good. Like, totally worth that $5 a month subscription because they're super detailed and they tell you everything you need to know about how to play certain classes. And what they do is they go through an arena match and they like pause and then zoom in on stuff and tell you exactly what's going on at everything, what they're doing, what they're thinking, what their partner's doing, what their partner's thinking, what their opponents are doing, what they're thinking, what they're going to do next, what they have to do next to respond to this thing, and so on and so on. They're really good. I wanted to make a video like that. A skill cap style video, but for my low-ranked arena stuff. So, I think that'll be fun. Even if it's not like top-level stuff, I still think that'll be a neat idea for a video. Just a super heavily edited, heavily commentated on, just going into everything that goes on behind the scenes of an arena match. So I already have 2 done for that. I did 2 with this, a friend I had from... What was it? When I was on that podcast, Dark Moon Herald, I think. Anyways, I became friends with one of the people from there, and we did some PvP. So, I'm going to be showing that. I got 2 wins with that. One on my Ret Pally, and one on my Holy Pally. So I'll probably be doing 2 videos for those, because I want them to be super heavily edited, so I'm not gonna put them both into one. Okay, so I got that, and last thing before I go on to the questions. I'm already at like the 25-minute mark. Okay, so people who are watching this are probably already used to this, since I've done this for like my past 8 videos. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a live Q&A video, which is not going to be any different from my normal stream. But the thing is, I'm making the announcement now, so I also will probably plan it out on a date, and then I'll do it then, instead of just doing it randomly at a certain arbitrary time at night. So once I'm close to 20,000, I'll start planning out a live Q&A, and then I'll put up a video, reminder videos about when it's going to happen. That way I can get as many people in the chat as possible. Yeah, live Q&A at 20,000 subs. Right now I'm at 18,000. Why at 20,000 though? That's not really a big milestone. It's just 10,000 more than last time. I don't know. Someone suggested it to me and I thought it was a good idea, so I just kind of went with it. I'm not a big fan of milestone videos. Just because like when you're a bigger channel and you're like, I can't believe I made such a big deal out of 300 subs. I mean, I didn't make any video for 300 subs, but you get the point. Like the people who make milestone videos for every little thing, like, ooh, I'm at 1,000 subscribers. Ooh, I'm at 1,500 subscribers now. Oh my god, guys, I'm at 1,900 subscribers. So close to 2,000. 2,000 is actually not half bad though, so I kind of get that. But I'm going to be doing a Q&A at 20,000. I'm not really going to make a big deal out of it. Now that I think about it, it's not a big deal. It's just 20,000 subs. Subscribers don't really mean much. It's all about views. Once the views go up, like if I start getting 1 million views a month, that's worthy of a achievement right there. Views are all that matter. Like the achievement of my Yu-Gi-Oh channel hitting 100,000 views for the first time in a month. Not half bad, Yu-Gi-Oh channel. My channel still has a long way to go before it's at 1 million views a month. I mean, one time I got up to like 750,000, so that was pretty good. But yeah. Anyways, live Q&A, 20,000 subs, even if I've second guessed myself now when I started talking about it. Okay, on to the questions. Oh, actually, one more thing I should talk about before I go to the questions. So, for my stream, I've been making videos for the stream where you just make an announcement video to say, hey, I'm streaming now. But I wanted to take it a little step further because if you've ever watched the Film Cow people, they're the ones who made like Charlie the Unicorn and Llamas with Hats, and they make a whole bunch of animation videos that are just really funny because they're random as shit. Random in a funny way though. Just being random without any purpose is kind of dumb. They have like they do it. If you want an example of how to be random funny, just watch Film Cal videos. They do it very well. I should really just like talk about that. I really want to. Okay, so no, I'll resist going into that conversation. So anyways, they started like streaming, like the guy who runs the channel started streaming Hearthstone, so he'd make announcement videos for it. But every video he made had some semblance of humor to it, where it was kind of a funny video on its own. I mean, it was like just telling like one joke or something, just repeated over and over with pictures of stock footage. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. What if I just make an announcement video that says what it needs to? I'm streaming, but it also has like a joke in it or two. So I've been trying that out. My last 3 announcement videos have been, I don't know, I tried to make them funny, and I think they're pretty funny. One of them was, I think I might just post them like right here if I edit correctly. I'll be streaming myself killing raid bosses and stuff, so if you want to go watch that, click the only button in the video description. Not that it really matters anyway. After all, we're only specks of dust on a grain of sand flying through the universe, fooling ourselves into thinking trivial things such as video games actually matter in the grand scheme of things. If you too like to make fun of existential philosophy, I think you'll enjoy my stream.
Hello, I'm DevBot. Well, not really. It is me, hirumaredx, typing out things for DevBot to say in the text-to-speech program. But anyway, I'll be streaming. So click the link in the video description to check it out. Also, The Illuminati control all the major banks and want to establish a new world order. Hello, I am a robot here to tell you that the TheDuellogs is streaming on Twitch right now. Have you ever heard the ABCs all said as a single word? Abdefgijklumnopkrustavwoxes. The link for the stream is in the video description.
So yeah, I thought those were great. I'm going to be trying to do those from now on whenever I make an announcement video. Okay, on to the questions. Question 1. Will you do a Q&A video once a week? Maybe in the future. I was thinking about it because this whole 2-week thing, I keep forgetting to do it. Well, not forgetting. I keep trying to, because I know these take a long time. I have to like sit down and plan out where I'll have an hour out of my day to just sit down and talk about myself. So I kind of plan it around that. But if I do it once a week, I might. Nah, I'd have a lot to talk about because I would just talk about everything that happened from the past week since the last video. And I am really good about turning a very uneventful life into a hour-long video. So I think I could do that. Maybe. Once a week, I don't know. I would have to like do it slowly. Probably I should start doing it every 2 weeks like I originally planned. Instead of like once a month like I'm doing now, or once every 3 weeks. So yeah, maybe in the future. I don't see that happening now. Maybe when school's over, like I say, for everything that I want to do. So many things to do once I don't have to study for classes anymore. Okay, next question. What are your other channels? Okay, so I talked about how I have other channels, and I have them all on my YouTube page where it says my other channels. Let's see, on here I have TheDuellogs, my Yugioh channel, which had 100,000 views for the first time in a month. Nice job, TheDuellogs. That's also the name of my Twitch channel, TheDuellogs. I originally made it for... Oh, the hands video did come out 2 days ago. That's right. Yeah, so anyways, I made the the stream, the TheDuellogs, back when I had my crappy computer, and the only thing I could feasibly stream was Yu-Gi-Oh! And nothing else. So that's why it's called the TheDuellogs, and I really, really don't want to have to make another Twitch channel for WoW stuff. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm also going to stream like non-WoW and Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff on there sometimes. Sometimes, maybe, if I stick to a schedule. That way I could just have fun while I do it. And so yeah, I've got the TheDuellogs, and then I have the notes on video one, or I just put my Japanese notes. I don't really do that anymore though, so. It has some videos on it if you want to watch me go over my stupid homework for that stupid class that's stupid. You can go there. There's like, I don't know, 15 videos or something. And then I have HirusPetBattles, which is a whole bunch of pet battle stuff. Let's see, how many pet battle videos do I have now? Let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 pet battle videos on there now. I think I might have more pet battle videos on that channel than I do on this channel now. Maybe. Let me see. I have 20 PvP pet battle videos in my playlist. Ooh, getting close. I'm almost passing the total amount of pet battles I've made on this channel like the past year and like the past 2 or 3 weeks on the other channel. Not half bad, other channel. I've actually been thinking about making like top 10 videos for pet battle stuff on my main channel as advertisement for my pet battle channel. Since it is doing pretty... It's not doing half bad for a brand new channel, but it is pretty low compared to my other 2 channels. At a mere 256 subscribers, so... I expect that to grow, but not by much, because the whole reason I moved the pet battle stuff to a new channel was because it is a very niche within a niche. I think I've talked about that before. Alright, so my other channels. I have a couple other ones. And then I have I Only Play Tinker, because I originally made this because I thought I was going to make a Dota 2 channel for my Dota 2 videos, and I really only played Tinker when I played Dota 2. I don't play that anymore. I originally didn't do it because I couldn't record and play Dota 2. My computer couldn't handle my old one anyway. So, that never happened. But instead, I put up... I really got into the world God only knows around this point as well. So I decided to make videos about that, and I uploaded it to this channel for some reason. And it's not doing half bad, actually. It has 33,000 views total from like the 10 videos I made about anime stuff. I tried to get back into it, but then my channel got flagged because I was using footage from Hunter x Hunter, and I kind of just shied away from that channel. So I haven't really made a video in over a year over there. I do want to go back to it at some point, but I'm not going to be using, anime footage anymore. Okay, so those are my ones on my page that I'm showing anyway. I'm only active on 2 of my other ones, and I have plans going on the other ones. And then I have a couple other channels that I want to grow maybe in the future that I'm not too sure about, though. I want to start them because I want to start a top 10 channel. Oops. Accidentally started that up. Anyways, I wanted to start another top 10 channel that doesn't have anything to do with WoW stuff, just like a general top 10 channel. And I don't have the time to work on that, though. Maybe sometime in the future, because I could totally do that, because my top 10 videos get lots of views, and I think I could make a lot of view money if I made a channel dedicated to nothing but just random shit, top 10s. So yeah, I have a couple of names reserved for that if I ever decide to do that, which I probably will. And then I have my Unfunny Jokes channel, the one I made 3 years ago when I originally wanted to start getting back into making videos because I was really bored at my job and I had ideas for like a joke channel video. So there's only 3 things on it. My muffin joke, the Sherlock Holmes joke, which has like 500 views. That's crazy. And then a video I put out like 2 weeks ago because I made it for my Flash class. Because I took a Flash animation class to kind of round out my schedule to make it full-time. And for one of the projects I made a video and I just uploaded it to that channel since I made it all in Flash and I just made it out of a joke. So it fit. And that's it for now. I might have a few more channels if I decide to go through with making the channels I want to. So, best case scenario, I hire a couple of other editors and just send them scripts and my voice to make videos for my other channels, and then I just rake in the dough from all of that sweet ad revenue, which totally kidding about because ad revenue is terrible, especially for like these past 2 weeks. That's why I really want to push that Patreon thing, because relying on ad revenue for your income is... Okay, so to put it this way, I got more views in January than I did in December and made way less than half because ad revenue is dependent on what time of year it is. And then February was not much better. March was probably just as bad as January. It's crazy. Ad revenue's been really down for like the past 3 months. Even though the views have been pretty much the same. Like they went up and they went down a little bit, and this month it was actually not half bad too. But it seems like it's finally going back up to a reasonable level, but right, it's just been super low for the past 3 months. I don't like relying on ad revenue. It's really bad. It's really bad. I was going to say something. I wasn't planning on saying really bad twice. I was going to say it's really bad sometimes, and then sometimes it's really good. Like in October, that was great actually. Anyways, more good months with ad revenue. I can't wait for Christmas again because ad revenue was amazing around that time. And then I just gotta wait for like the shitty 2 months. No, it was 3 months after. Past 3 months have been really bad. Okay, so whatever. Even in that bad months, I still might get up to pay my bills, but I've been getting used to eating peanut butter and jelly. You can make a ton of meals with just like one thing of peanut butter and one thing of jelly. Like that thing has lasted me a long time. I think I've had like 15 sandwiches off of that one thing. So yeah. Anyways, that was my other channel's thing. On to the next question. If you could be any class from WoW in real life, what would you be? That's an excellent question. I actually watched this. I listened to this podcast called like the Freakonomics Radio, and they had this whole section about the statement, "That's a good question." So whenever I say that, I think about that whole thing where they talked about how people have a tendency to say, "That's a good question," in order to buy themselves some time from that way they can think about something, and also as a way to flatter the person who's asked the question. It's a good episode. That's a really good podcast too. Anyways, on to the actual question itself. If you could be any class from WoW in real life, what would you be? I would probably have to say like a mage or a warrior, because it would be really cool to have the super strength of a warrior, because I have like this fantasy of being able to jump really high. That's why I love the game Hulk Ultimate Destruction for the PS2, because that game you can literally run up buildings, like straight up, and you can jump from building to building, and I spent so much time in that game just jumping from building to building. You can also like destroy cars and break them in half and use them as boxing gloves. That game is just great. I wish my PS2 still worked so I could just play that game and just run around town and jump from building to building to a nice way to relieve stress. That would be great. Or a mage, because a mage can like teleport and shoot fireballs and shit. That'd be pretty dope as well, to be able to teleport and shoot fire or ice or arcane abilities. They just seem like they'd be really overpowered or maybe priests, because I have the whole psychic power abilities and stuff. If you have psychic powers in a fantasy world, you have a huge advantage over everyone else, because you could just like twist a knot in their brain and kill them instantly with the amount of effort it would take to move your pinky. So, priests would be pretty good if the psychic powers work the way they should in real life. A mage could just like throw an ice lance through someone's chest. You could, like, ice lance is a really deadly move if you have that in real life, because ice is really hard. You can kill people with ice, especially one that's flash frozen out of thin air, like the ones mages shoot. Like, ice lances should hit way harder than they should, especially when they're not freezing. Like, if you did like a real life WoW thing, an ice lance would be enough to kill people. That shit would hurt. And then a warrior with super strength who was able to fight against people. Actually, warriors would be kind of useless in the WoW universe if it was more scientifically accurate. First off, priests would rule supreme, unless mages could also use psychic abilities to some degree, since their whole magic thing seems like it would work that way. Shadow priests would be dominant because they could just kill people by, like twisting their neck or stopping their heart, twisting a knot in their brain. Really easy stuff to just kill people really easily. They could also just like use the amount of effort it takes to walk to break someone's neck. Because what are you going to do? It's psychic abilities. Psychic abilities amplify your physical strength. They allow you to literally do stuff that you think about in real life. So shadow priests would have a huge edge, and then you'd have the mages going around just shooting ice lances at people, killing them, because an ice lance would be really deadly. And then warriors would be screwed because hunters would have guns, and guns beat sword any day. Unless warriors somehow have some kind of like regeneration ability. They do have enrage regeneration, I guess, so they could probably do that, but they'd be able to just destroy. I don't know, it all depends like how kind of super strength they have. Plus, hunters also have a certain kind of super strength. They're able to control animals, and they're able to control a lot of animals at once, since they are able to use the stampede ability. So one could assume they could acquire an army of just animals if this was more scientifically accurate, and you went to the logical conclusions of the full potential of their abilities. So hunters would be able to have armies of pets, kind of like Beast Lord in the Blackrock Foundry. So hunters would be pretty well too, because they just have their army of wolves just tear you apart, and also like dinosaurs and shit. They'd be doing pretty well for themselves. Also, Eyes of the Beast, since that did exist in the game, I would assume you'd be able to use that too. Just fight with beasts. You'd never have to actually go into battle again. Just like take control of one of them and then lead them into an army, and just have all your pets fight for you. Maybe shoot in the back row. That'd be good too. But then you got the whole mages being able to teleport, and then arcane explosion. That's another really deadly one. That one would be able to just, like, tear people to shreds or obliterate them completely. Because it's literally just pure arcane magic. It is pure magic. Like, pure energy. Like, energy bolts from Dragon Ball Z. You'd be able to do that shit. Also, yeah, they'd be able to use energy bolts, but I would assume using ice lances would be just as deadly with less effort. Because I would assume they would have to, like, use the whole mana system where mana equals their strength. So arcane blasts would be kind of like energy blasts from Dragon Ball Z, which would do some nice, really nice damage. But then an ice lance would take, like, I don't know, a tenth of that amount of magic and be just as deadly to people, since they would be like normal people like you and me, but with just like these magical abilities. Except maybe some of them might have tough skin, because they obviously wouldn't be able to take a bunch of abilities because of health bars. They can't do that in a video game. You don't want people to die in one hit in a video game, so obviously they're going to be able to take more hits than that. And then you've got, let's see, how many other classes fare against everyone else? I don't know. Druids wouldn't do very well. All they do can just turn to animals and shit. Maybe just shoot ice lances at them and they would die. Priests would be able to kill them no problem, just twist their neck. Hunters would just send off their army of beasts and kill them. And then warriors with their super strength, they'd probably have to be going against druids who would also have super strength in their bear forms and shit. Or maybe, you know what? Balanced druids can shoot lasers from the sky at you. That's pretty ridiculous as well, now that I think about it. Balanced druids, plus they have the whole Starfall thing. It's kind of like the Hell Zone grenade from Dragon Ball Z. Another thing, it just shoots, it just effortlessly attacks everyone around them with stars. That's kind of... Okay, so a lot of the classes would do really well, now that I think about it. Not monks, though. Monks are dumb. Death Knights, they're dumb too. They're just like zombies. And what are the other classes? Warlocks. Same thing with the Hunters. They can control an entire army. They can control one demon. What's to stop them from controlling many other ones? And then we have... rogues. Rogues would be kind of like the whole situation as mages and priests. Like, you wouldn't be able to touch them unless they, like... I don't know. I think rogues would be the only ones to be able to take out the mages or priests, because they'd be able to stealth and just, you know, stab them in the neck from behind and before they could do anything. So yeah, rogues would do pretty well too. I mean, they'd probably get killed right after that though. Let's see. What are the other classes? I can't think of the other ones. I got hunters. I got... Oh, paladins. Huh. Paladins are kind of lame. Whatever. That's how it would work. I'd probably want to be like a shadow priest or a mage or a warrior or a hunter. If I could be a class in real life. Okay. Next question. Oh, this is actually the last question. Wow. This video is really long for... I really do go off on tangents a lot. I should stop doing that, but I'm not going to. Let's see, last one. One I forgot to talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot something from video 7. Basically, in my 6th Q&A, I talked about other YouTubers who use just aerial footage for 100% of their video. Cough, cough, bluegeller gamer, cough, cough. And people who just use still shots and are too lazy to even use aerial footage. Cough, cough, Danger Dolan. So, yeah, I was basically just talking about people who do that kind of stuff, where they have extremely lazy footage for their videos, and they're basically like audio vlogs that happen to have image that's somewhat related to what they're talking about, but not really, because they're too lazy to go out and get real footage for it. So anyways, what's the other guy? Door on Movies. He likes to watch these too, so if you're watching right now, hello, Door on Movies. I actually like you. I wasn't talking about you. I know you use aerial footage in some of your videos, but that's just some of your videos. That's not all of your videos. Like, cough, cough, the other guys I talked about earlier. Cough, cough, don't want to name any names. Your videos are great. I actually watch your stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. You use aerial footage, I'd say about 50% of the time, and the way you use it is totally appropriate. You don't always need stuff. For the amount of videos you put out, it's totally fine. I mean, you could do other stuff too besides just aerial footage for majority of the time, but the way you do it is not a problem. So I definitely wasn't talking about you when I was talking about that. I specifically had 2 people in mind when I was making those comments. Not you, though. I like your stuff. And congrats on the 20,000 views you had earlier. Yeah, you're like 20,000 now. With 2,500,000 views? Huh, I'm actually looking at your channel right now. If you're listening to this, of course. Wow. Yeesh, I got a ton. I got like 1 million more views than you do. Top 10 videos, I'm telling you. Get on that, Doron Movies. That would totally boost up your channel. Yeah, you're doing fine. I like your lore stuff. I like your lore stuff, and I actually really love your accent. I am a huge fan of accents. You and Nobel, I could just like... No, Noble87. I could just like have sex with your accent and just rub your accent all over my body and then just roll around in the mud and get dirty because your accent makes me feel dirty. So yeah, I'm trying to find that video so I can actually... I should have written it down on this. Whatever. So yeah, people who use nothing but aerial footage for all of their videos are lazy YouTubers, but it works for them, so hey, whatever. Just because I know it's lazy, they're getting a lot of views from it anyway, so who cares? Or if you're just using straight up still images with bare bones editing, and it's basically an audio vlog talking about top 15 lists, that it works for you, you're getting lots of views. I'm pretty sure you're making lots of money from that too. So, just saying. The fact that you're getting a lot of views from that really shows about what kind of videos people like to watch in mass.